You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. know how I feel. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Test. Yes, I do. And you're on now, Ann. And
Hello.
There we are. Oh, there we're
Happy
not.
Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Hey, y'all.
Something's not right.
Uh-oh. They're not hearing us?
No, they're hearing us.
Okay.
They are not seeing me.
Oh.
And that is a problem.
Well, that won't do. Is that you?
Let's see. Here we go.
Cosmic. This is the Cosmic Bax.
Oh.
Bax.
What's going
2050.
on? Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh. Hello. Hey.
Ann, why don't you welcome everybody while I fix this problem really quick.
So who's going to the Barbie movie, or who's been? We're going tonight, right after class. Hey. Okay, so y'all only see me. So this will work out in a moment. Meanwhile, I remember my first Barbie I got for Christmas. And it was 1975, and it was the Barbie head. So it was literally just her head, and it was on this, like, pink, little dais, like, platform. And the first thing I did was that I just, I cut off her hair. Like, I just couldn't stop cutting her hair. And then she had this, like, half mohawk. It was like she had a huge strip of hair here, and then a little strip of hair here, and then a bunch of little hairs. But, a lot of this was bald. And so I was kind of horrified. But I would also put makeup on her. And it was, it was formative. And then I had another Barbie. It was odd because some of my Barbies were, this one was kind of a mid-size. You didn't see it. There weren't very many editions of it, but it was kind of between, like, the scale of the Barbie head and a regular Barbie. It was, probably came up to a kid like here. Oh, okay. Here we are. I'm in Barbie land.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure out this one out. Anyway, let's see. Let me see if I have any other cameras. No, apparently.
But I guess what comes back to me about Barbie, especially from a very young age, was that I didn't like the fact that her feet were, they were permanently into high heels. And even though I thought high heels were cool, I thought that her feet should not be shaped like that. And so, because it's like, that's not how her feet are shaped. I guess the shoes themselves, that whatever. It's the whole thing of her always being in heels. It'll be interesting to see how they handle the heels issue, if they do at all, because I personally consider heels debilitating. And especially after, becoming a dancer and, like really getting familiar with my skeleton, I feel like heels are a terrible thing to do to your spine. So how many people wear heels? I know, Carla, I'm very interested. We've got some other beauticians in the chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a big deal, There were all these accessories, though, in the 70s that felt particularly glamorous. But this was when things, toys were in catalogs. And we would pick out our Christmas gifts by looking through the JCPenney and the Sears catalog and picking out, the perfect Duncan yo-yo or Barbie or G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Bob, did you have a G.I. Joe or several?
I did have a G.I. Joe thing, but my mom, being Quaker,
took all the guns
she
away.
did take some of the guns.
So he had a permanently
So
shaped.
for me, G.I. Joe really
hand.
worked together. That was their. Oh wow, this is kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay. Are we stuttering to you guys?
I think maybe you are and I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
I know you are, but what am I?
Okay.
God bless you, Pee-wee. We love you.
Yeah. Okay. So I am. Obviously, we have a green screen issue going here.
Do we? No, it looks cool.
Yeah, but it's a little too close. I mean, my face is not normally good. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay.
All right.
All right. Anyway, sorry y'all for all this craziness and the late start and everything. Yeah. So I was like today years old when I didn't even know there was a storyline to Barbie. Like, so I'm interested to find out what this is all about. I didn't even know. Yeah. I mean, like with G.I. Joe, there was like a comic series and a cartoon series like later on, and the thumbnail came from it was just a random search. There's a lot of like
Galaxy
AI
brain.
art now.
Hello? Oh,
And
sorry.
so, yeah, my mom made a Raggedy Ann set. I had a Raggedy Andy.
Oh, did you? Tom, I had a Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, well, my mom, we were twins. I'm a twin, and my sister and I, so we got Raggedy Andy and Raggedy Ann.
Oh, I definitely identified with Raggedy Ann. And so I had a Raggedy Ann early on. Very early on. We love Raggedy Ann.
Okay. Sorry for all this
And
craziness.
Andy.
So let me jump into class because this is
No, we love talking about dolls, Bob.
I know, I'm sure you do.
It's all about dolls.
Since it's 7:15 and we haven't done anything yet, I want to move on, and apologies for all this. So here's the truth. I have not been feeling well today. I have spent most of the day laying around and trying to recoup. As I shared in my last class, or the last two classes, in my personal life, my work life just drastically changed. The good news, if you didn't see the Saturday Sinead class, was that my new schedule is not going to interfere with class, so everything will go on, which means a lot to me. But in the meantime, it has meant that I've been working a lot more than I'm used to and on my feet. So I know for a lot of people this wouldn't be a lot, but like for me, I worked 33 hours in 3 days, and for me and my legs and my age, that was a lot. And so I'm kind of still sort of recovering from it, and I don't know if that's what's lowered my immunity. I don't know if I'm just tired. I don't know if I'm getting sick or whatever, but I just haven't felt that great today. So I have a feeling tonight's class will stay kind of mellow. But mentally, emotionally, I'm fine. I just don't feel that great physically. So we're going to have more of a flowy, chill type class. Yeah.
I love it.
So
I'm
I'm sure you
there.
guys just are ready to hoop no matter what we do. So we'll just get started on that. And I do promise I have lots of cool things planned for you guys with the stream, and we will definitely um, I'll definitely be showing some new things off to you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and hoop. Because of the movie, Anna and I have to end right at 8:05 at the latest, so we're gonna just roll through the class. Again, if you're new to class, they're usually a little bit more organized than they've been the last 2 times. I've just had a little bit of trauma, or not trauma, but you know.
We're flowing.
Oh wait, we got that two musics thing happening. All right, there we go. Audible breath in. Hey, Lindsay, we are running a bit late. Um, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have a sort of a shorter class than usual today, partly due to the fact that I don't feel too hot, and also due to Barbie. And I don't know anything about this.
We've been asked if we've prepared special outfits, Bob.
Oh, we have?
Have you?
Is that the thing you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have anything pink?
No.
Pink? What
No.
about a...
I don't know why my camera is so...
Ooh, I might have my pink bandana with me.
I don't know anything about either this recent Barbie phenomenon or really Barbie in general.
We're
Like, I had
learn a
no
lot.
idea that it was I mean, was it a comic?
No, I mean, there were probably...
Was there a plot line in Barbie?
This is a new
Like, how
idea.
are they making a movie about a toy? What's it?
This is a new idea. This is the project of a woman director who has... She directed a movie about Lady Bird Johnson. She's just a very interesting director, but she wrote and directed this movie, and so she's inhabiting this character, but...
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
bringing it into 2023.
Okay.
But I am wearing pink and black.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep on going with class.
And I'm loving the soundtrack.
Did you like that last track? Yeah, I
Oh
did.
yeah. Dress funky. We need
You
to
have to dress funky and
come on,
post
Bob.
pictures.
You gotta have a pink something.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's Okay. Yeah, I suck at pop culture. I really do. I think that is the nerdiest thing about me, is that I just don't know anything. Like, and that's not from some, I just haven't, I don't know. It's like I don't know how to keep up with it, honestly, sometimes. Okay. But I like pop culture because it gives us something to talk about. I just usually have to sit that one out. Okay. Yeah, I was going to look for a song. Oh yeah, okay, so I want to play this one. Pretty sure this is the song that I was digging. Yeah. So I was thinking we would start. I was kind of digging that chill vibe though too. Let's do one kind of flow pointy song. Okay. We're going to do some point. Oh, I don't have my lights on. Okay. Point technique. Well, we're going to do hanging point technique right now. There are 3 styles. There's hanging point, flying point, and standing point. Standing point is balance. Flying point is when you sort of move the hoop around. And hanging point is maybe the most boring of the 3 styles. But I really, really like hanging point because I like, as a self-proclaimed body nerd, I kind of like adding weight to my range of motion. And what I mean by that is that as I move my hand around, my hoop's not super heavy, but it's enough weight that I feel that space. I feel the experience of my body moving through that space a little deeper, a little more clear. sometimes I think fewer people would be scared away from making art and trying new things if they thought less about the potentiality of it and more about just the frontier aspect of it. You just think about it as a frontier, as a space that can be explored as deeply and as long as you want to. And that if you stop exploring that frontier, you haven't failed yourself or failed the frontier. It will always be there and someone else can explore it. Maybe if you go deep enough into that frontier, you'll go places where others have not gone, and you'll be able to claim things or establish things, be a part of something new within that frontier. But it's perfectly fine to just explore a frontier that you never planned to conquer. Audible breath in. Let's see. There we go. Wow.
Ooh, sorry.
Okay.
Hey.
Luis is joining super late.
Hey,
Well, Luis, we're up against the clock here. Do you have anything you wanted to say, Ann?
Well, I was thinking about balancing. You know, I was spending a lot of the time doing different yoga. I'm just looking at the light. Doing different yoga poses with the hoop balance like this on the top of my head on the crown chakra. That is really a great centering technique, I find, for different yoga poses and balances, or even just, like tree pose or whatever. Just a tip.
Sweet.
Point. I like the way it feels.
Yeah, you know, that reminds me of that. I love actually hanging point from the head. You know what? I wasn't going to do. I'm wearing my readers again.
We love it.
You know, actually, let's try something. Let's try some point on the head, and I'll introduce something that we can either, you guys can try or not try. I don't want you to get dizzy. Okay. But one of the things that I really like to do, and so I want to point out something that Ann's doing. I forgot to hook up the bird's eye camera, and that's why it's that one of the cameras is kind of shitty. So what Ann is doing right now, I wish I had the bird's eye, but what Ann's doing right now, the hoop is basically, pretty close to what would be the center line of her whole body, right? Like it's coming, it's more or less the top of her head. And if anybody's ever hung out with Brecken, this is one of her favorite places to hold the hoop. I actually agree with Ann that it can be a pretty soothing place to hold the hoop. There's also holding the hoop more at the top of the forehead, right? So I'm up here. And then what's fun to do is, and you can do it a little bit more easy when it's at the front of your head, is to let the hoop start to walk all the way around your head. guys can see what I'm doing here. But wow, I had more planned than this, but this is such a good back exercise, right? Maybe I just turn. I'm gonna go with my gut on this and just turn the music up. Okay. Nerdiest thing ever. All right, so after we do a couple more, moments with this, I'll show you the nerdiest thing ever. So if you're struggling with this, then if you have like a tight knit hat on, if you have a bandana, hair is really slippery, of course, but all you're doing is, because the hoop is hanging, it's always, because of gravity and the hoop hanging, the point is, it's basically like a long smear. Like, I'm feeling the point, and it's just always going to be on top, otherwise the hoop's going to fall. And the more I pitch over, there's loads of ways to take the stretch somewhere else. And then one thing I was going to point out before we get into the nerdiest thing ever is that, and this may not be for everybody, I used to be the kind of person that got dizzy all the time. I got over it. I think hooping's a big reason I got over it, but I got over it. So one thing that can be fun to do is to go from a hanging point like this to a flying point and keeping it on the head, and you just turn, and depending on how quick you can get up to speed, the hoop will take off, and then you can put it back to sleep just like you were doing before. And so it can be like a way to create quick momentum out of it. This is if I did just a point head stall. There's a night side, which is kind of confusing, but the point is on my back side, so it's a night side stall. This is a day side head stall, okay? This is a 6 p.m. head stall, and then this is a 6 a.m. head stall. Now that's, the a.m. and p.m. are determined by which direction I'm turning. Do you have thoughts on that, Ann, or are you good to keep going?
I did want to say one thing about this crown point balance and my pink hoop. Thank you, Rita. I do love my Barbie pink hoop, and I'm just realizing it's like, oh, I'm totally on brand here. But I was really enjoying doing this exercise because I was thinking about the feet and how it was like I didn't want her feet to be weak. But we've been doing this in yoga with T Harmony, which is this, which is actually really pretty hard. So I was doing this with the hoop on my head, and this is actually a really good exercise for building strength, in your ankles and your toes. So I advocate you can go up and down, and then you can go up and stay up. for a bit, and then come back down.
Okay,
Woohoo!
so I'm going to show you guys the nerdy. I'm going to let the music stay on because it'll help me show this, but I'm going to show you and I think you've seen me do this before, Ann, but I've only shared this a few times, even on the workshop
Positive
tours,
I have.
because it's so nerdy that, okay, so here's the way this works. It can be done on the top, on the back of your head, like, I can't really see what y'all are seeing, but I'm using my bandana almost as a shelf, so I can do it there. I wouldn't have to, but I can do it there, or I can do this on so you bend forward, but you remember to keep the hoop from flying off, you need to, like, your head will need to stay upright. And so, like, if you duck your head, it will fly off. So, like, your head, you almost have to pitch your head back in order to keep it. But the thing is, if you're hooping, if the hoop is on a surface like this, it's more likely to stay than if it's on a surface like this, right? And so, like, that's why it's like, opening your shoulders and shoulder hooping, that makes a difference. All right, so here's the nerdiest thing. Now, I can do this on the back of my head, or I can do this on my neck, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on my neck. So the hoop is hanging from the back of my neck here. Okay. I'm trying to be able to see this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up to the powers of invisible energy. I used to do this with little kids. They always tripped out about it. So I'm pitching forward. Now my hoop is hanging, because it's a 38-inch hoop, my hoop is hanging just off the floor here. And I am going to lock in on my hoop. I am going to let's use my eyes to really lock in on the hoop. Is this camera on tonight? Yeah, okay. So, let's see if I can get this. All right, so, like, I am, like, that's what I'm looking at, okay? And what I'm going to do is, as I'm staring at this hoop, what I'm going to do is, as I'm staring at this hoop, I'm going to move my eyes left and right and left and right, left and right, and I'm going to see if just the movement of my eyes will actually cause the hoop to move. So here we go, okay? So I'm hanging the hoop down, and I'm staring right here, and I'm gonna start to move my eyes left and right, and already my hoop started to move. And I can add a little hands to it. And then for those of you that don't think I have amazing mental control and can stop a hoop, I'll stop it. Now here's the cool thing. You can even get it to swing forward and back by rolling your eyes up and down. So we're going to try this. Hang the hoop from your neck. Stare at the hoop. And of course you can cheat if you need to, but the idea is to see if you, just by moving your eyes dramatically left to right, if you can create a swing on the hoop. Now I know that you know that in reality it's probably our neck muscles moving as we like shift our eyes back and forth that is creating the movement. And then if I decide to play with this swing, I can start to do like cooler things with it, right? I can start to move like my whole body and a lot more dramatically. But I'm using the same concept. I'm locking in. It's kind of like just like we do with balance. I'm locking in on a point and using my focus on that point to help me control the hoop. All right, let's try that. And then, you know, if that's way too nerdy for you, I'll show you some. Oh, nice. So Anne's trying it on the back of the head. I'll try that too. I haven't done it on the back of the head in a while. Okay, it's definitely harder on the back of the head. No, I was on my neck, but I started this off by saying you could. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, now you can get it for sure, but it's harder. But I guess because your head's round, once you get it swinging back and forth, it's a little bit easier. But I kind of like the neck better. No. And so, for those of you that are not as nerdy as I am about things like this, I'll show you that these are kind of like some flow ideas. Like I can go up into a flying point with this. I can bring it back down into a hang. Penny roll it. Nice, Anne. Yeah, I know. Let's show the folks at home. Anne's got it there. She's got her. It worked, Lauren. Sweet. Nice. I don't want to jinx her. Every time I comment on a student, just like that, I fuck them up. But what I liked, what Anne was doing that I was trying to emphasize was to see how, like, what I love about dance is it escalates. You know, and so like what's happening with Anne is like you can just see like whether she's thinking about it or not, whether she's making artistic choices or not, like you can just see that her body is figuring it out, right? Like it's figuring out this task pretty well, and then because it's figuring out, it's becoming more efficient at it. As it becomes more efficient at it, she can be more artistic with it, right? You can add a little funk here, put a handwork there, do something like that, you know. It's a nice example. Anne says now she's really dizzy, so so I'm going to show you some demos of this very same technique. This is if I wanted to like go all the way into a neck stall, and then I can bring it down, maybe let it roll once or twice, lose momentum. A day side stall because the point of contact is on my day side. So a day side stall, the bulk of the hoop is behind you. A night side stall, the bulk of the hoop is in front of you. Nice. Good for feeling all the corners of the feet. Nice. Totally works. So much fun. Must be a hoop nerd. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gosh, I hate to break it to all of y'all, but the fact that you take classes from me, the weirdest hoop teacher on the planet, you may be a nerd like me. All right. I want to mix it up. So let's say, because we don't have that much time left in class, and I want it to be a little bit more plunked up than this. But I'm really, really digging this music so far. I just want to kind of change the pace a little bit.
Yeah, this is a really good playlist.
Yeah. So this is on my iTunes, and. Oh, so is your neck tight from this? Louisa? I hope it's not typed from this. Hopefully it's gotten looser. Okay. Let's all right. So when I had originally heard this song today, I was thinking that we would do some offhand, like an offhand exercise to this. Rita, I am going to get to your suggestion. The music's been wrong all night. We have not been listening to Bass Nectar or Benny Buddha. But we will get to your Two Birds class, Rita, for sure. That was a great suggestion. Maybe we'll do it Saturday. Oh, okay. Type from life, yeah, okay. All right, so, I thought what we would do is do like I think the easiest way to work on the offhand, you could do anything you want to. I think the easiest way is to samurai one hand and move the other hand, okay, or at least bring awareness to it. For this, I would recommend moving it, like, so Anne right now is keeping her hand behind her, right? So she's resting. She says she's resting her right arm. So what I'm going to suggest is a little bit less of a fencing posture like that and a little bit more of like moving the hand. But just being aware of it. If you don't feel like moving it, you'd still be getting a lot of the benefit of this exercise. Okay. So I heard this song today, and if this is the one I remember, I loved it. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to show you a little bit about what I'm talking about if I was going to try to, or if I were you and I was given the assignment of working my offhand, I'd show you what I'm talking about. The first thing I would do is I would start with something easy, right? And for me, something that's easy is to connect the movement of the two hands together first. So instead of trying to get too fancy in my movement, I'm basically just connecting the two hands together. Then, kind of like when Anne was doing the neck swing or the head swing that she was doing, once my body starts to figure out that connection, then it'll start to, have fun with it. This is me not moving the offhand at all. This is me moving the offhand. And I guarantee you, you will get in shape faster, you'll have more fun, your dance will look cooler if you move all the parts of the body. Tiff's been to a lot of my workshops, Luis. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get back out on the road. One thing that I wanted to say is that if you are, and you don't, everybody hoops for different reasons, but if part of why you're hooping is to become like as badass of a human as you can be, using your non-dominant hand it's frustrating at first, but it really just changes the whole way you feel in your body. So like we've all seen it, like you can watch like a lot of hoopers, and they really, every time they weave with the same hand. Every time they break with the same hand. There's nothing, I'm not picking on them, but opening up to your non-dominant hand, just like as a human being, just uplifts you, right? So I'm right-handed, so this is just me. If I wanted to on a song like this, I might just say like, okay, this is left hand only. Anne says this exercise feels amazing. But I love to just give my left hand a whole song. I don't want my left hand to think like, okay, if you drop it, you're never getting the hoop again. I want it to just know that, like, yep. Mini breakthrough. Nice, Carla.
Yeah, totally. That's like a favorite exercise for me now.
Really?
Yeah, because I do find that my free hand is dead quite often. Yeah, I think that's a major issue in my hooping.
Okay.
And I haven't focused on it in a long time.
Well.
And also, yeah, off body, using my dominant hand, my right hand, too much.
I think everybody on the stream is thinking the same thing I am, that finally you've noticed this. No, sorry. Sorry. I just made a bad joke. I don't even want to explain it because that makes a bad joke even worse. Okay. Let's move on. We don't have that much time because we have to go. Yeah. Someone asked me if I was going to see Why are people asking me if I'm going to see Oppenheimer? Okay. I'm going to see the girl movie, right? Barbie's the girl movie. Okay.
This is the movie for the girls, the gays, and the theys.
Okay. All right. Well, I will drink Bud Lights while I'm there. And all right, let's do it. Would love for a backstage tour again. I got to love. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you, Rita. I really appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Let's. Do we need an exercise for this next song, or just to play a song?
Where are we?
We're basically towards the free hoop. So we'll just free hoop. Yeah. And we might have, if I play the wrong song here, we might have to start over or something. But. Okay, guys, thank you for joining. We will be back on Saturday. I know I keep promising all these fancy things. They're already here in the house. They just need to be implemented. And this last week, working so much has been, But anyway, I know you understand and I don't care. But thanks for writing all this out with my crazy. Yeah, we need to. All right, so the Hoop merch is going to happen. The HoopPath merch is going to come back. It's going to come back as a hoodie first. I'll give you guys first dibs, of course. Yeah, the hoodies are going to come first because they have always been the best seller. The next will come some T-shirts, and sometimes the pricing is a little bit higher than people are used to, but you're supporting me, and the person that I print these from is printing them by hand. So I think the hoodies last time were like $50. With inflation, maybe they'll be $60 or something like that. But not a lot of profit on my end, but that's just what things cost and all that sort of stuff. So, but that will happen. All right, let me start this. I like this song, so we'll start this over, and we'll just free hoop from here. All right, we'll do some tanks. We'll do some hoodies. I know nobody wants to wear a hoodie right now, but hopefully it won't stay this hot all year long. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Well, y'all will get first dibs, I promise. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Okay, I'm glad you guys think the idea, so you're up for it. Cool. And thanks for... Yeah, so usually they're cotton, but because of fire hooping, I usually put a warning on the hoodies if they're not. Oh, hey, Claire. Okay, sweet. Let's hoop. Still your favorite. Nice. I've heard that before, and I'm glad to hear that. I had a good run with the merch, honestly. Like that. I kind of like the rolling it almost. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, it's 8:01. Ann, do you have anything you want to say before we play something super chill and sign off?
I love y'all. Barbie forever.
Oh God, has this gotten political yet? What am I stepping into here? Everything's political these days. There's got to be some. Okay. Yeah, the silhouette knee with the hoop. Yeah, that's me in that picture. If that's not obvious. Yeah, that's me doing leg hooping on an angle. All right, let's play something chill and call it a night. Thank you guys for joining us. I promised Ann we'd be done at 8:05. Thank you guys. This might be a good one to kind of sign off on. All right, 30 seconds of this, and then we're going to go to fade to green. Thank you, L. Kennedy Eskimom. That's awesome. Whoa, crotch cam. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, L. Okay. Thank you, Claire. Have fun.